The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Saturday afternoon here from Bakersfield College. We're here at the softball field. We are doing a pregame show and this is kind of like our inaugural pregame show for spring sports. So it's pretty cool that we're able to feature softball today. Rob Chavez here, and we are joined by our head coach, Casey Goodman, and one of our sophomores here, Sadie Salas, as well. And so before the game, we wanted to be able to bring them up so they can get ready for today's game. We got actually two doubleheader against Orange Coast College. They were nice enough to be able to fill in, play a couple of games because Hancock wasn't able to play. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We had a three-way scheduled today, and Hancock pulled out. So, Orange Coast didn't want to waste the trip with just a single game, so we were able to turn it into a doubleheader with them. Yeah,
that's awesome. So, again, real quick, I'm, really into baseball. My daughter plays softball over at Garces. I've been around the softball scene for a really long time. So this is actually really cool. When we had the opportunity to do a show and to be able to test it out, when I looked at the schedule, I was like, we got to get that February 22nd game. We have to be able to come in and talk to these ladies because softball is such a rich tradition here in Bakersfield that to me, I don't think that necessarily gets enough of our attention, but I know your guys' community gives it a lot of attention, especially taking a look at that scrimmage. I brought that up at Media Day, but that scrimmage that you guys had against Cal State had a lot of people.
Yeah, there was stands were full. The berm over on the right side of the field was full, and Bakersfield does a great job of supporting softball, and so we're happy to have a lot of fans, and we've got a great following, and so we're excited for today.
And I know at the beginning of the year, you had said that you really like to, get as competitive as you can with a non-conference play, and we've had some pretty tough games already, 4 and 5 coming into this doubleheader. What do you think has worked so far this year? What do you think you need a little bit of improvement on so far?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is we're still trying to find our identity. We got sidetracked with 2 weeks of rain. So when we played on Tuesday, it felt like we were starting the season all over. And then we came out and we looked like a totally different team. I think that 2 weeks of practice really helped us to establish who we want to be offensively and clean up some stuff on defense. And our pitchers got a good 2 weeks of bullpen in. So I think it's kind of revitalized us. What's been working the last 3 games, this week, we've hit the ball incredibly well. We've scored more runs. We're not leaving as many runners in scoring position. And, that's been one of the big things we've been trying to focus on is when we have runners in scoring position, we need those people to come up with clutch hits. So that's been a big difference for us. That's why we've been able to win 2 games this week.
Gotcha. And Sadie, the attitude in the clubhouse and the dugout, how's that been so far to start the year off?
It's actually been really good. There's a lot of team chemistry, a lot of good talent. Just being there with my girls and being there in the dugout with my girls, it's just really pumped, and I'm always excited to be over here at the BC softball field. And I'm just very excited to see how this season is going to go for us.
Okay. A really athletic family. I mean, again, a little background. I played football against your dad. Long time ago, so that shows my age. But no, he was one of the toughest guys I've ever played against. And then watching your brother as well do his thing out of Cal State is amazing. And then I've had a chance to look at your stats, your highlights. I've seen a game of yours. I've seen that scrimmage and everything. And again, I'm like, that Salas family they produce some ball players. So it's good to see that not only are you a good player, but the team chemistry thing is really important to you. Yeah, so that's awesome. So, Coach Goodman, we haven't really talked a whole lot to you. I mean, I know you don't like to make it about yourself, but as a former coach myself, I always want to know what brought you to coaching, and what was the path that led you here to BC?
Right out of high school, I left Bakersfield, probably like a lot of Bakersfield kids. Like, I want to get out of here, and got a softball scholarship, played college ball, played professionally in Italy, and really had no idea what I wanted to do. And coaching seemed like the likely path. Got my first coaching job in Louisiana and stayed there for a while, and then I was in Texas, and Bakersfield's home. So this position gave me an opportunity to come back home and really give back to the community that gave me so much when I was growing up, and it means a lot to me. My family's still here, and it's been a blessing to be back here. You know, I'm in year 8 here now, so I feel like I've been here forever. But, you know, just being able to be a part of the rich tradition of the softball program that, you know, Sandy Taylor built, and being able to continue to build on that, you know, we've done a good job. We've won 4 conference championships. We've been 1 game away from the state tournament, you know, so our program's on the cusp of kind of beating down that door to get to the state tournament. But, you know, we've got great local talent here, and my main goal coming back was making sure that we can keep these kids local and give them the opportunity to really showcase their talents in town. And we pride ourselves on our whole roster being local. You know, even if you look at this Orange Coast roster, they're not going to be all from the same area.
No.
And that's a cool thing that our kids take pride in, is they're representing Bakersfield. They are proud of wearing Bakersfield or gauge across their chest, and you know, it's a testament to these kids and the pride that they have in being from Bakersfield. Yeah,
it's really cool because, you know, we broadcast, you know, 5 different sports here, at least I have, and every time I look at the rosters compared to the opponents, you know, we're anywhere between 60 and 90% Bakersfield or Kern County talent. And, you know, again, we've got somebody here who's homegrown, and that's what I was going to ask you. What was your path like as a little gal coming all the way up to BC? Club ball, you want to give any shout-outs to, like, any of your club teams or Highland or anything like that?
Actually, there was a time where this is thanks to Highland Softball, though. Highland Softball really helped me with my love for softball. At some point, I did want to quit softball, and I didn't want to play after high school. But honestly, shout out to Highland Softball. Made me feel at home, made me feel good again. And I just wanted to play softball again. And Coach Casey here gave me an opportunity last minute, and I'm very grateful for that. Very grateful for my Coach Jackie as well from Bakersfield Babes travel team. She really raised me on softball, and I thank her very much for that, and thank her for all the motivation and support. And thank you to my family at home for supporting me through everything.
That's awesome. I'm going to let Kenny come in because I know Kenny wanted to be able to ask a couple of questions as well, too, and finish it up here. Okay, guys?
All right. Thanks.
All right. Yep.
Great job, Renegade Rob. And ultimately, you know, it's the same thing. We've had a lot of opportunities to have these kind of conversations, Coach. You know how I'm excited I am.
I've missed you the last few years.
Right. You know, about the program. I haven't been able to do as many spring sports, so it's great to be out here. Beautiful weather, beautiful day. We reflect on your Coach of the Year opportunities, record-breaking experiences over the last few years. How does it feel to restart the process every year with a new group?
I look at it as a challenge. You know, I think every single team that we've had here at Bakersfield has been special in its own way. You know, we've had teams that broke most wins in a season. We've had teams that have made it further than we have in past years. We've had All-Americans. We've had multiple All-State kids. And so we're building on that each year. And those teams aren't forgotten. We always make sure that we keep those teams in our mind, so we know what we're chasing and what our goals are and what we're trying to accomplish here. So I like the challenge of it. You know, I always make jokes about, you know, I was at a 4-year school. I was a head coach at a 4-year school, and I was like, that's too much of a commitment. 4 years is too long for me. So I like, you know, having the kids for a year or two and being able to coach them up and help them develop so they can move on to their next school.
Right. I mean, because we have so much in common. You know, our Louisiana State coaching experience, coming back home to California.
Yeah.
You know, you've coached in Texas. Being here and watching you develop the community the way that you do with these young ladies has been an amazing experience for us as broadcast professionals.
I appreciate that.
Young lady, how does it feel to have coaches of this magnitude? Because your coach is a Hall of Famer herself. You know, and when you're getting information like that, how intimidating is it, you know, to make sure you follow through?
It is pretty imitating in a good way. It makes me actually want to, like, make her proud.
Right.
Getting, like, compliments and comments back from, like, a Hall of Famer is just, like, very, very, like, uplifting.
Right.
So
they treat me just like Joe Schmo off the street. Don't let her fool you. They give me a hard time. I'll tell you that right now.
You know, the relationship between player and coach is so special. You know, I've had experience in recent months where I've lost some coaches. But being here and watching you guys share this moment, you know, in a career for a young lady that's just getting started and you're standing next to a legend, I'm excited to see you guys work today. So let's have a great day, all right?
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, this has been Kenny Calvin, Renegade Rob Chavez. We'll be back with more on GoGays.com.
Just wrapping this up. Hi, my name is Robert Chavez.
Hey Robert, I'm Cherie. I'm the press box announcer for softball.
Awesome. Well,
to meet you.
it's always cool to meet other PA announcers. I've done it for BC. I've done it for East Bakersfield High, and now I'm doing it even for Garces High School. So it's fun. But being able to do this here, tell me, who got you involved with this?
So I've been a softball umpire for 43 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I've been involved in athletics locally for a long time. So I work for the Kern County Officials Association, so I do all the local schools, and then I did college for a long time.
So get a plug in. We need umpires, don't we?
Yeah, we're recruiting umpires.
We need officials of all kinds. Excited this year. We do have a few new softball umpires, so hopefully we can get them to stick around.
Yeah, I see one of your rookies out at the scrimmage that Garces had yesterday against Arvin. She was working out there.
Yep. So that's how I got my start, and so I worked a lot of BC games back in the day, and I was one of Sandy Taylor, Coach Taylor's.
Coach Taylor, of course.
Coach Taylor's first people that she met when she moved to Bakersfield, and so she and I became close friends. So when Bakersfield College started hosting the state tournament,
right.
She knew I'd never met a microphone I didn't like, and so
some people will tell me and Kenny the same exact thing.
Yeah, so she's like, "Hey, we need a press box announcer for the state tournament," and you know, being a female sport, it would be great to have a female announcer. And I was like, "I'm on it." So I was privileged enough to get to do the state tournament. I think it was 9 years total. And then she always wanted me to be the announcer for her games.
Sure.
But when I was umpiring and then I had a real job, because you got to pay the bills.
Absolutely.
I couldn't do it, and so I retired last year. And so I started actually a year early before I retired. But now that I'm retired, I love doing this, and I'm looking forward to getting maybe to do some other sports here at Bakersfield College. And it allows me to still do my officiating, but to stay involved. And so I love it. I love staying involved with the kids and seeing them succeed, and then seeing them get to play at the next level. It really makes it a lot of fun for me, and having the knowledge of an umpire and doing the sport. Same thing with basketball. You know, I was a coach, and so to be able to bring those things along, I'm sure for you too, it makes it easier.
I mean, I was a baseball player here. I coached for 15 years at East Bakersfield High, and you know, you get to put on the headset and you get to see it from a coaching standpoint. I know Kenny is a Hall of Famer here in football, but at the same time, we're all sports fans, so you get a chance to be able to take a look at it from the lens of an announcer, but you still think back as a player and as a coach, and even now as an official, and you get to actually let everybody know here what's going on.
Right, to give them that little bit of insight, and that's why, especially from the official standpoint, that really comes in handy for me, because I understand changes. I understand if there's a call on the field, you know, if I see an umpire stick out this arm, I know they've got a delayed dead ball, and the chances are we've got an obstruction call, where if you've never officiated before, you don't even notice that the umpire stuck out their arm. And so it's been really helpful doing some announcing, especially when I was working the state tournament. You know, the officials were made aware that I had a background, and so it made it a lot better. It made our communication a lot easier.
Anytime they hear that, we got one of ours.
I just love getting the crowd excited. When I'm here and I'm announcing and I'm like, come on, we got to get this crowd going. Let's get going. Come on, it's the bottom of the 6th inning and we got 2 runners on and the crowd's like silent. And so if I can just bring that little bit of extra oomph with the crowd and with the girls, and you know, I love coming up with ways to say their names, and we went down and watched BC play on Thursday down in Fullerton.
Yeah.
And so I was in the stands, and it was like a pivotal point of the game, and Serenity Angulo came up, and when I announce her, I say, Serenity Angulo! And so I yelled it like that from the stands, and I was like, I just wanted her to feel like she was at home.
Now, did she get a base knock after that?
I don't remember, but they ended up winning. They played really well in the second game.
Okay, so it had something to do with the win.
I was hoping that hearing that familiar voice maybe might have a little something to do with it, but I enjoy staying involved in athletics and seeing the kids, and having you guys do this is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to be able to use softball as a way for us to kind of get kicked off on the spring season. Because eventually we'll be doing some pregame stuff and some more media things for the spring sports, but then gearing up also for the fall. Football is a big deal here in Bakersfield. But again, I'm a baseball guy, and I can tell you, I look forward to this spring season. I told the powers that be, we need to get out to the diamonds.
Great, awesome. Well, it's a good day to be here. We're doing a coaches appreciation thing today. We have a meeting with all the coaches at the beginning of the year, so I invited Casey to come out to the meeting, and so she got a chance to meet all the local high school coaches, and I said, hey, why don't we do a little thing just to thank them, because all these kids here are local. Right. You go anywhere else in the state, they maybe have 2 or 3 kids on their team that are local. And so to have, your entire team made up of kids from your area is a pretty cool thing. And I think that's something that we need to be grateful to our local high school coaches for.
And I'll be back at 4 with my own daughter. She's a sophomore at Garza. So
awesome.
We'll be back to be able to take it. But I appreciate that. Yeah, it's good to meet you. Have a good couple of calls. You'll be here for a few hours today.
Be here all day.
So we appreciate that. We appreciate Kenny, Gio, Julian, Lori, Analicia,
Coach
everybody
Goodman
that helped out with this, to be able to get this set up today, bring some attention to softball. We'll be back again March 29th, about 5 weeks. Till then, Rob Chavez, Kenny Calvin. We'll see you.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this video. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com.